no good.
I think you're
Oh,
awesome.
stop saying that.
All right. All right, let's talk about Tontarini just a little bit. As kids,
What do we have to talk
do you
about?
remember Tontarini as a little kid, Mom?
No.
No.
Okay.
See, it was me, Sitska, and Rini. We three were close together. Then about 6 years later, she got born.
Yeah, but Kathy asked me about Mitzi, and all I can remember is when she ran into the kachel, and she had her whole lung all messed up.
That's a bad memory.
Oh, that's an unfortunate one. Yeah.
She said, "What toys do you play with?"
You was close
Yeah.
with
What about the candy store that Tontarini worked in Holland? Can you guys recall any of that?
Jermaine. Oh
Jermaine.
yeah. She was crazy there. She
Yeah.
loved it.
She loved
She
it.
kept it clean. In fact, I told her, you know how people are, they were supposed to keep it clean, but they didn't, so Rini did it. And one time a supervisor came and she said, Rini, what are you doing? You're not supposed to clean the girls' hall, but they didn't do it. So then she cleaned it.
Ah.
Because, you know, they had all those candies and the glass toonbank, hoe noem je dat? Toonbank. The glass cases where
Yeah.
all the candies were in.
And then she ended up loving candy so
But
much that she...
personnel didn't do it, and she was a supervisor. But she loved that job. She loved that job.
I know she loved it. But
She
that's all
was
I know.
there a long time.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Rini, I've told you that before.
I know.
Siskin and I, Rini were the three oldest. And Rini always wanted to go with me. But I didn't like it because if I did something I wasn't supposed to, she would tell on me. And one time I gave her my ring. I think I already told you that. I gave her my ring so she wouldn't tell because we went in a little pond and bathed, you know, we weren't
yeah.
supposed to do that. And she lost my ring. And the minute we came in the house, she said, you know what they did?
Mom, how about the story when she was cutting off the wood in front of the Nazis?
She was,
Her boyfriend
cutting
Peter.
off. I had to stand on the Noorderburg, see if the Germans came. Because then I had to let them know, because they were sawing off one of those poles in the water that the ships put around. If the ship are,
And you had to talk to
ships
the...
are also in the, they put the rope around it so that they stay steady.
yes, the little
And they were
poles.
sawing off one of those poles, and so if the Germans came, and the Germans came on the brug, I don't know what I said. What are you doing on the brug? I couldn't tell them that Rini and Peter were sawing off one of those things.
Now Peter was Rini's boyfriend.
Yeah, Peter.
And Alida talked her out to her sister Alida, talked her out to marry him. I remember that.
Yeah, he wanted
Because
to get married.
she liked him really well, Rini.
Yeah, she did. And he lived in that street.
Wasn't he the one that had the motorcycle? I have a picture from Papa on the
I
motorcycle.
don't think so.
And that was a boyfriend from Rini. And that
He
had
lived
the
in that street
motorcycle.
when we lived in the Weer Single Way that I did
Yes.
He lived in that street. Now I forgot the name of that street, did you? Remember?
No, all I know
Peter
that
was living there.
there was a bakery there.
And they were hiding under the bridge when the Germans came, of course.
I know.
And
Keep talking.
keep talking.
Well, what do you know about Rini? You are the closest to Rini.
I don't know much about Rini. And Mitzi either.
But you were closest with her. No, not Rini. You was closer with Mitzi.
Sietske.
Mitzi.
well,
Then
Mitzi-
later with Siska when he was married.
Well, we could never come in the front room because if you were talking about something that I wasn't supposed to know, and I was already 15.
That wasn't the
and
good old
Mitzi
days. I
couldn't hear it
know.
either.
People
We were
used
too
to do
little
that.
to know all the stuff that we're supposed to know.
Well, you're not supposed to.
Or I'm not supposed to
I
know.
was married and we went to Groningen, and Hank's mother was so upset because she told Hank and me to get out because they were going to talk about kind of gossip or whatever you call
Well,
it.
that was kind of
And his
old-fashioned.
mother was so mad that they sent Hank and me out. We were married. That she left too. That was what the people did.
Well, that was at that time.
Yes.
Kind
That's
of
what they did.
old-fashioned.
You was just a kid. You wasn't supposed to hear all the gossip or whatever it was.
Whatever they talked about, you wasn't supposed to hear.
Where was the favorite place that Tanta Rini and Uncle Gaylord took you when you came to Las Vegas in the 80s and the 70s?
They used to take us to those, what you call it, where they play. And
Casinos?
they had, not to play, but they had the most delicious breakfast. And they had those nice shrimp cocktails. And they used to take you for breakfast because they had the most.
Well, I
delicious
went when the street was covered. And there were whole sceneries on the cover. That whole main street that was full with casinos, they had all covered on the top.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wel, jij was more where he than I was. We didn't
Well, we
come there.
went to Salt Lake and then we always stopped out
Stop
at
where
Las
he
Vegas.
Yes. And she would take you for breakfast.
Yeah.
What was her favorite snack to eat? Do either of you remember?
Favorite snack in Holland?
No, just in America. I know she had a
America.
certain kind of licorice.
Well, shrimp cocktail, I guess. Shrimp cocktail.
Licorice. Didn't she have a certain kind of licorice she loved?
She does like zoutezachtige riotten.
Zoute dropjes.
She liked them always very much, but lately she had other stuff in her.
Rini had a whole drawer full of candies. Peter Meats gave her all. She had chocolates, she had drops, she had everything. And that's why she lived on cookies, because she didn't like the food there, so she ate cookies and all kind of candies. And she would always offer us candy when we came to visit her.
Lately she had the menthol things that you have for your throat.
Mental.
And she
yes.
always took some to bed.
I know.
And I didn't like them as well as the zoutezachtige riotten.
Did she ever live in that area? You remember when we went to visit your old house and then your mother's house? Did Tanta Rini ever live there?
No,
She-
she did. She lived on the corner.
When she came to America, who did she go to? Who did she live with?
When she came to America, she lived with mother, my sister Alida and Pete. Pete had a garage behind the house. They lived on 90 East, 9 South. And they had a garage in the back. And before mother came, because mother came with Mitzi and Jerry and was jij weer de-
Jeannie and
you.
Mitzi.
The oldest four. And Piet Dirkmaat made a whole house from that garage for mother and those 3 people to stay. And then one day, mother broke her ankle because he had a big ditch to put water pipes in, and mother fell in it. And she broke
I
her
don't remember
ankle.
that.
Oh yes, she broke her ankle, and they had to put screws in it. And from that time off, she could never put her foot flat anymore.
Oh, wow.
But that's where you guys lived. And that's the place where Rini told me, I don't know if I should say all this, but Rini told me they were always
Where did she
fighting.
came to?
They were always fighting for the mirror in the bathroom. And Siska would push Rini away and say, hey, and Rini could get mad. Don't you remember?
no.
Oh, Rini told me all that stuff. I was
remember
thank heaven married, so I wasn't there.
Scoot in just a little on this side, Tantans. Can you lean on that side a little more? Great. Oh, wait. Do you guys know these people on the boat with her? She ever talk about those guys? Look at the people on the boat with her.
They went on different boats. They
I don't
went
know
on
them.
a
I don't know
boat.
them.
You guys went on they didn't go on a luxury boat. They went in an, how you call it, not a fisher's boat,
A
but
carrier that carried things.
something that carries stuff.
Because it was much.
Yeah, they didn't come on the fancy boat.
I don't know those.
And Sietske came all along.
Yeah.
So
But
did Rini.
Joke went on the.
Rini didn't really want to come for a long time. She stayed with Papa.
Yeah, she did.
But not because she took care of Papa. She just didn't want to come.
Oh.
Because not
She
we
was
went
not
there for
church
church.
size.
No, Rini wasn't active in church.
She never was.
No.
Do you see this car right here and this guy getting out?
Yeah.
That is Speedy.
Do you see those?
But
What
they
right
got
here,
married.
Tantans, where my
Speedy
finger
and
is? Do you
Ali,
see
when they
those
got
two ladies?
married.
Can you
They
tell me
got
who they are?
married. And
They got married, and there's Tante
Sietske and
you,
me.
and Tante Katrien.
And Tante Katrien, yes. Dit is Piet
And
Dirkma.
Piet Dirkman was in the army.
Yes. And Alida married on a rebound, remember?
Yeah.
Because,
She was-
what's his name?
Rose.
Louis Rose.
Louis
Had
Rose.
another girlfriend. And then Piet just lost his wife, Plony, remember?
Yeah.
And he asked her to marry, so Alida got married.
Yeah.
I remember that very
In that
well.
little car, I remember
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I remember that picture very well.
There's another one I want to show you.